Well, hello everybody. I don't know if we're on or off, but we're going to start chatting anyway. I'm Lexie Croft, and today I have with me Christy Thiel. And this is Christy's first Google Hangout and my first Google Hangout in a very long time, so it's nice to be back. We're just going to talk today about cleansing. And fall is coming. It seems like with the changing of the seasons, you start thinking about cleansing. Or maybe when you're just feeling terrible, just gross, you've overindulged. And Christy, tell us about yourself and what you do.
Hi everyone, I'm Christy and I'm a personal trainer. I've been doing training for 14 years and also a nutritionist, and I specialize in human nutrition, which means getting back to how we're supposed to eat without the processed foods and the chemicals and the artificial everything, and undoing some of the damage that we've done through our modern lifestyles and just preventing disease and staying healthy.
And last week when we got together, we were talking about a cleanse that Christy was doing. She was carrying around a bottle of aloe vera juice and
Glutamine.
glutamine. So I thought, let's have a chat about cleansing. Why is cleansing important and beneficial?
So just being on the earth plane, just taking a shower, drinking tap water, going to a restaurant, let's say you hop into a swimming pool, we're always absorbing toxins through the air, through the water, through our food. So it's really important to undo some of the damage that we're doing on a daily basis. So our cells can regenerate, so they can heal, so we can prevent disease, and just to get rid of all the free radicals in our system. Not all, but a lot, as much as possible.
For yourself, how often do you cleanse, and what cleanses do you favor?
I always joke around that I'm continually on a cleanse, especially come Monday.
After the drive-through McDonald's, it's not a cleanse.
I cleanse all the time.
Yeah.
Pretty much I'm on a daily cleanse, and if I'm not on a cleanse, I'm looking forward to getting back to one. Because a daily detox is not a bad idea, and it doesn't have to be harsh or extreme. That's what we're going to talk about. It can be gentle and daily and an ongoing practice that you do. Instead of accumulating toxins, we can be getting rid of them in a bigger fashion than we are accumulating them.
Okay. And so usually you think of people juicing for a week at a time, or just doing a really hardcore cleanse. But I think you have some other ideas on that.
Yes.
So what are your two recommended cleanses that you personally like?
I really like the 3-day cleanse. Most people fall out of their routine over the weekend, or if there's a special celebration or a vacation coming up. And 3 days can really reset your metabolism, your blood sugar levels. You can do a little liver cleansing, a little reset for your bowels. And it's not so intimidating, it's not overwhelming, and there's lots of ways to do that. One of my favorite ways is just a very modified version of the Whole30. Get rid of processed foods for 3 days. Eat only real foods. And I really like to also say that when you eat real foods, try not to overdo the fruit, because some people that sugar thing is so intense in them, and I can relate to it, and it's easy to just eat fruit and still really not get any benefits they do from vegetables and clean proteins and clean water. And
for a lot of people, fruit can just make it worse. It's just, my son, for example, if he has even 2-3 servings of fruit a day, it's a different kind of cleanse going on.
Yeah.
So not a good one.
You don't want your protein. You don't want to increase brain fog or blood sugar levels. You want to be getting back to normal, to a good set point. And people who say, "Oh, I have a smoothie every morning. I have blueberries and apples and bananas in them," that's not a cleanse. Yeah. That is actually you could potentially be doing more damage than good, because when you spike your blood sugar, there's a whole cascade of bad effects from that.
So with the Whole30, it's just eating processed I mean, not processed foods for 30 days. So nothing that comes in a box or a can or...
Nothing has been man-made. Pretty much we stick to unman-made things, nature's foods. You're doing Whole30. And if some people just get rid of wheat or bread for 3 days, that can be a cleanse.
Huge difference, yeah.
Huge difference. And, the double-edged sword with the 3-day cleanse is you might just start to be feeling better. And then you swing back into, some of the bad habits or the convenient foods. So if you're just starting to feel good and you're just starting to eliminate some of the processed foods, you can stay on it as long as you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to just do it for 3 days. But the more you do a 3-day cleanse, the easier it is to maintain it, and then the exception will be when you have it versus when you don't.
And then you really start listening to your body. I think your body says, I really am better off without that food, without that toast every morning.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to learn about what your body tolerates and what it doesn't.
Absolutely. Even, you just remind me of something. Even doing an elimination diet can be a form of a cleanse. So when you eliminate one food for 3 weeks, whether it's dairy or bread or soy or something that you think that you may be a little sensitive to or really sensitive to, and you don't want to really know, because then that means that you're probably
do something about it.
Do something about it.
Yeah.
So elimination diet is also a great cleanse, because then you really know how that food affects you.
Right. Well, you had some other recommendations for giving the liver a break, which is the detox organ in our body. My correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And also healing the gut. So if you can just talk to them a little bit about that. I have to go charge up my computer and get the plug for it. Okay. So tell me about that.
Okay, so the liver processes all of our toxins, right, from the high glucose that we get from eating too many processed foods, to all of our hormones, to any of the chemicals that we're eating, breathing, or getting contaminated with through the air. So it's really amazing what that organ takes on during a lifetime. You want to really support it, cleanse it, keep it going. It helps you metabolize fat, sleep better, cleans your blood. So one of the best ways to clean the liver without supplements is wake up in the morning and have a big glass of lemon water, sometimes warm, but at least room temperature. And that really starts to gently encourage the liver to release toxins, increase bile, and it just makes everything wake up a little bit more. Another thing you can do during the day is eat beets. Beets with lemon water. I did this yesterday. And yesterday was Monday, so.
What did you do the day before?
I was recovering from celebrating. I was really good on Sunday. So I took 2 organic beets. I stuck them in the food processor with a whole lemon. I just take I don't even get fancy about this. I just take the rind off, most of it. I cut the lemon in half, throw it in there, no juicing. I just want the whole thing as much as possible, with some olive oil, and I threw a few organic raisins in there too. Process the whole thing. It's just this beautiful, almost like coleslaw, pink, alive, radiating food. And I ate that throughout the day. And my liver today was very, very happy.
How can you tell if you have a happy liver?
When you go to the bathroom, yes, you feel like you've really, most people, well, not always. When you eliminate your entire digestive tract, your whole colon, and you just kind of feel reset, revitalized. Like when you start putting good stuff in there, you're actually getting the benefits of it versus just putting a bunch of good stuff on top of bad stuff. Isn't as good as just getting the bad stuff out and putting the good stuff in. So I felt like after that, this morning, the bad stuff was out, and my liver was like firing up, and my brain fog was gone, and I just felt healthier.
Better pencil this into my calendar.
And there's actually beet cleanse. You could eat a little bit of that beet. I ate the whole thing, which my liver's been detoxifying for years. But start slow, start steady. See if you don't want to necessarily throw yourself into a major detox where you're like breaking out and brain fog and you can't do anything, you feel horrible. Slow and steady, but consistently, and you'll have a lot better success than just, I have a headache for 3 days, I don't want to be around my kids, forget everything. Go slow and steady.
Okay. Well, I'd like to get some of these recipes from you, these little simple mixtures that you use.
All right.
We'll add those to the post.
Yeah.
Now, was it charcoal you're going to talk about too?
Yes.
Activated charcoal?
Activated charcoal. So we've been, as humans, we've been using activated charcoal or clay for tens of thousands of years. Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine. When we get poisons or toxins or things that upset our digestive tract, we want a substance that binds to those toxins so that you don't absorb them and then eliminate them. Okay. So this is great if your kids get into something that's toxic. You want to take them to the emergency room, but you want to start binding these toxins as soon as possible so they don't get into the bloodstream or into the liver. And so I use it, if I'm going to have any alcohol, I tend to take the activated charcoal before I drink so it's less toxic. Really? Yes. So that's helpful. And then anytime I eat processed foods or foods that I'm not really sure, so you don't have to be this organic, that organic, who cares? Just don't buy and get those toxins into your system. So going out to eat, a lot of times I'll take activated charcoal so that it binds with gas, so I don't get the bloating, so I don't get the pesticides or some of the unfamiliar preservatives that my body doesn't like, and I'm not so worried about it. And then it takes all those toxins and it just binds to it, and then it helps your body eliminate them.
So, and I know you're not a doctor, but how safe is activated charcoal, and how much would you take as an adult?
So they say that 4 capsules absorbs the amount of toxins of a football field. So, and we're mostly bacteria, so we want to get that bad bacteria. I have not heard of it being unsafe. Anything at high doses or extremes could have health risks. So I always say start slow and steady. If you're on prescription drugs that you need, don't take it with prescription drugs because it's going to absorb some of the drugs. Don't take it with your supplements because even though it binds more to like heavy metals and toxins and pesticides and toxins, you don't want to be taking it with the good stuff because you want to absorb that. Right. I don't know of any bad cases that I've heard of where the charcoal actually becomes toxic, but too much could actually get bound up in your intestines. And a nice way to see your transit time is when it comes out of your body, there's black. It's black. So you can say, oh, I took this 12 hours ago and it's already out. This is good to know your transit time. You can tell transit time with beeps too.
What's optimal transit time?
I say about 6 to 12 hours. Mine's usually about 12 hours.
Okay. All right. And then intermittent fasting.
This is really good. I'm really into. I just want to back up for 1 second because we're new. I'm new talking to you guys. I've done all the extreme cleanses, 30 days, colonics, blah blah blah, and it's just like good. It was necessary for me. I was very sick for a while, but now I'm into gentle. It's a lifetime. And it's going to take a lifetime. So why do all these heavy, crazy, extreme things?
Burn out and
and then you never want to do it again because you did it once and it was horrible and you hated it and you had to be antisocial. So intermittent fasting, you have 12 to 14 hours between dinner and breakfast. So your body actually has a chance to clear blood sugar, reset itself, digest, rest, and eliminate, which is very important. And it helps stabilize blood sugar, It helps your insulin receptors sensitive again, and it sets your body up for burning fat because you can't burn fat in the presence of blood sugar, of elevated blood sugar. Because your body's always going to deal with elevated blood sugar before it will burn fat. And high blood sugar is a major contributor to aging faster because it shrinks the brain, it's inflammatory, it's not good for the skin. So when you do intermittent fasting, most people say that they feel better in the morning, they sleep better during the night, and then you're not craving sugar first thing in the morning. You can really be more conscious about what you put in your body and how you're going to feed your body and boost your metabolism versus just going into that vicious cycle all over again.
Okay. Fascinating. You've inspired me.
And, okay, so drinking water first thing in the morning with your lemon is also a good way to get that digestive tract moving and your liver functioning when you're intermittent fasting too.
Okay. I've heard great things about that lemon and water. My sister swears by it. Her friend told her about it and swears by it. So, good thing. Well, thank you, Christy, for sitting with me today.
You're so welcome.
This is kind of fun to get back into this. And we hope to have more of these chats in the future, talking about health and nutrition and all things good.
All things Jane.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.